investigation.
In just the past week or two separate CNN producers have been accused of child molestation. One of them was a man called John Griffin. He was just indicted by a federal grand jury for attempting to, quote, induce minors to engage in unlawful sexual activity. Griffin used to work for Chris Cuomo. He bragged about working shoulder to shoulder with him. We'll leave it there. Then just days after that story, Project Veritas exposed another creep at CNN. They published graphic text messages and a video of a CNN producer, apparently CNN producer, fantasizing about molesting a child. Project Veritas said the producer also allegedly sought explicit photographs of that child.
And so it goes. The nauseating CNN story uncovered by Project Veritas opens up the visibility of a larger child trafficking ring that has been clumsily revealing itself due to its own vile arrogance.
He's asked for nudes of mom and daughter several times.
He's asked for nude pictures of your 15-year-old daughter?
Yep, going back to Jeffrey Epstein with the human trafficking and how long it went before it was, actually exposed. And then, you have John Griffin, that's human trafficking also. That mother brought those children there. Again, the bottom line is to save this girl. I tried going to the police. It didn't work. I don't know if it's because, my history has tainted it or if it's because of who he is. And that's what makes me mad, is that these people with power seem to get away with it.
The Epstein scandal has focused the spotlight on alternate pieces of the international sex trafficking industry due to a tidal wave of whistleblowers and victims coming forward.
Very compelling testimony this morning from Jeffrey Epstein's pilot, Larry Visowski. He went into great detail about how Epstein and Maxwell used his planes to fly all across the country and indeed the world. And one of the key points that he identified is that he identified specific victims that have either publicly come forward previously or indeed one victim who we expect to hear from in this case.
Maxwell ran this household, really. She did the hiring and firing, and she seemed to pull a lot of the strings, even at one point directing employees to complete tasks in a 58-page booklet that she put together. So we were getting more of a narrative of exactly how this operation ran, this sex trafficking operation.
As the parallels to Epstein are unavoidable in the twisted saga of Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard.
The American FBI is now investigating what happened behind the front gates of Peter Nygard's estate here in the Bahamas. Were there multiple acts of rape, as alleged? Was there an underage sex trafficking ring? For now, this is as far as we can get, at least on foot.
For decades in Winnipeg, Peter Nygard was untouchable.
10 women have launched a class action lawsuit against Canadian clothing manufacturer Peter Nygard.
Under investigation for rape.
A number of women claim they were victims of what they call a sex trafficking ring.
For decades, Nygard had seemed unusually well insulated against such allegations. But now 125 women have joined that American civil suit.
He's been indicted in the Southern District of New York on multiple charges of sex trafficking minors and racketeering.
Slowly but surely, the elite's industrialized, perverse, acquired tastes feeding on children and teenagers will reach a turning point as their straw house built on a system of blackmail in exchange for power begins to burn like wildfire.